Alright guys, so in this video, we are going to be taking a look at one Milares Pocket 4K to Arri Alexa power grade. Now, if you don't know who this guy is, he's pretty much my go-to when it comes to learning how to color correct. Now, back in 2013, he came out with this tutorial called the Summer Blockbuster Color Grading Tutorial, and after watching this video here, my videos honestly just started looking so much better. If you haven't seen any of his stuff, go ahead and check it out, because man, this dude, he's actually underrated in my opinion. Only a handful of people know about this guy, but he is very talented, and no, I am not getting paid to say that. You guys know that I don't get paid about this stuff, but I do share things that I think that are very important when it comes to making movies and whatnot. So that being said, let's go ahead and go to his front page, because he actually came out with some amazing products, okay? And if you go to his store, you're gonna see this page. It's the DaVinci Resolve Pocket 4K to Alexa Power Grade and Pocket 6K to Alexa Power Grade. Now, as you all know, if you've been watching me for a while, my favorite camera is an Arri Alexa, whether a mini or the old ones. I just love how simple and, there's just something about the Arri Alexa look that I just absolutely fall in love with. It just has that character. And I have been trying to get that look with my cameras. And out of all the cameras I've used, the Blackmagic cameras were probably the closest I have ever been. And with these power grade and LUTs, I think I'm probably the closest ever. So again, I am not getting paid to do this video. I'm just sharing this with you guys because yeah, I just think it's amazing. I mean, there's a lot of LUTs out there that I've used, a lot of emulation softwares that I've used. This thing right here is absolutely the closest thing to the real deal, in my opinion. So that being said, let's go ahead and click. You're gonna see that he has the Pocket 4K to Alexa LUTs. This is just a LUT, the Pocket 4K to Alexa power grade, and I'm gonna show you the power grade because this is the one I bought. But if you want to buy both of them, you can get it for $39.99, which I think is a pretty darn good deal. So I'm not gonna be showing you guys everything about the process. Check out this website that I'm scrolling through right now. Check out his website because he has a lot more information about the process and what to do. He has installation and tutorials on how to apply this in DaVinci Resolve. I'm just going to show you a quick sneak peek preview on what I do when I'm using his power grade. And he actually had an Arri Alexa and a Pocket 4K on set, and he used his product or his power grades to get him as close as possible, which again, in my opinion, untrained eye, man, you're not going to be able to look. I mean, there's no way. If he didn't label these, I wouldn't have known which one's which. He did a really good job. So let's go ahead, and I just paid for the power grade, like I said. So that's already in my Pocket 4K download, so I'm going to extract it so you can kind of see what you're working with, because the very first thing you're going to need to do is actually copy and paste this here to your DaVinci Resolve LUT folder. So go here, bottom right corner, we're going to go to color management, scroll all the way down, open LUT folder, and you can see I already have these three there, and I also have the Pocket 6K because I still use that. So whenever that's done, save, close DaVinci, then go back in, and you should be ready to go. Now, additionally, what you're going to need to copy and paste somewhere is this thing right here, the Pocket 4K to Alexa power grade. Copy this somewhere because you are going to need it here in a second. That being said, let's go ahead and get started. We have 3 clips, 2 indoors and 1 outdoor, and these are the clips that we're going to be working with. This is shot with braw, and the other 2 are cinema DNGs from a couple of firmwares back. Let's go ahead and go to the timeline. I'm gonna drop, already actually dropped them. So we have this here, this, and this. Go to the color tab. Now for this thing to work, it's best if you shoot in 800 ISO, which one of them is. This is 400, but that's okay. It still works. Let's go ahead and change these here. Okay, I'm not going to touch anything because it's about to change again in a second. What you're going to do is click gallery, right click, import, and you're going to find that power grade that I told you guys to copy and paste somewhere. Click on that, all right? And all you have to do is apply the grade, right? And then you're going to see that he looks like a freaking Oompa Loompa, and that's because the color temperature by default is set to 5600. So let's go ahead and change that to 32. And there you go. Control F. Make this a little bit bigger for you guys. And that's what it looks like. Okay? So now when it comes to this here, so the reason why I got the power grade instead of just the LUT is because the power grade will give you a lot more flexibility and versatility when editing and post-production. You don't even have to learn what he did here. There's just a couple of things that you have to tweak for your footage to look a little bit better. And one of them is exposure. I used this here, so I'm gonna untick that and go hit a master primary wheels, and you can adjust your brightness by using that. I wouldn't really finagle with too much of this stuff. I know exposure is one of them, and then the highlights you can turn on and off. Now this node, the last node, is the Arri Alexa Lut. So go to the website. It has a lot more detail than what I'm showing you, but I'm just showing you right now what I do. I touch exposure and I mess with this for now. If you right click, go to LUT. If you did it properly, install it properly like I showed you, this should already be applied. So if I go here, you're going to see you have three options. A regular Rec 709, wide dynamic range, and a wide dynamic range roll off. So let's go ahead and click this one. That just has a little bit more contrast. That looks really freaking good in my opinion. Let's go ahead and sort through here. Now, I really don't think you need the WDR and WDR roll-off indoors, but, you know, I could be wrong. But basically, that's just giving you a little bit more control in your contrast there. Let's look at the roll-off. And there you go. So what I'm going to do now is, man, looks awesome. Obviously, it's a little bit saturated, but you can always adjust that by just decreasing the saturation to taste. That's amazing. So let's go look over here. This is my wife. Let's go ahead and do the same thing. Right click, apply grade. It's gonna be orange again. Zero this out. 3200. Okay, there you go. That skin tone looks amazing. Just looks amazing. All right, and what I'm gonna do is show you. I'm gonna do Alt 1. I'm gonna save this, and I'm gonna show you what the Rec 709, the default Rec 709 is for this camera. Right click, LUT, 3D LUT. Okay, we're gonna go to extended 4. I'm gonna do Alt 2. Okay, this is one's LUT, and this is the LUT from Blackmagic Design. To be honest, I honestly think they should hire one to work on their color. No offense to Blackmagic Design, they're doing great, but just saying. Anyways, so that's one's LUT. Press F, Control F, make it bigger so you guys can see. And man, that looks amazing. Let's go here, change the LUT around like we did earlier. That will give you a little bit more contrast. I think that's actually a little bit closer to the other one. Yeah, look at that. That looks great. Okay, let's go ahead and move outdoors. And like I said, this is not a DaVinci Resolve tutorial. I'm just showing you guys what it looks like, coming from a user, coming from a consumer, not coming from the seller. This is some good stuff here. So right click, apply grade, and there it is. That looks great. Click highlight recovery. Let's go ahead and change this to 800, and then I'm gonna drop the exposure down. Change this to 56. Change the tint to 0, and then again untick the exposure, and then just drop that down a taste. Man, that looks so good. And if you want to turn this on, you can, which just preserve the highlights a little bit. So this is actually a good one to look at the wide dynamic range roll off on, maybe. Yeah, you can see right there. That just really, and you can see in the waveform as well, just really mutes the highlights there if you need it. But honestly, even that looks pretty decent in my opinion. That looks really friggin' good. Looks great. And to be honest, so what I'm gonna do is Alt 3. The Blackmagic Design Extended LUT actually doesn't look that bad outdoors. Just to be real, Check it out. Boom. Obviously, it's going to be overexposed. There. So I'm going to do Alt 6, and we're going to compare the two. Control 3. Okay, so that's his, and that's Blackmagic Designs. Outdoors, it doesn't look that bad. You know, it's pretty darn good, but man, that's some good stuff. All right. Yeah, so if you are interested in getting the Arri Alexa look out of the Pocket 4K and the Pocket 6K, check out One Milara's website. I can't recommend it enough, you guys. It's an absolute steal for what this thing can do. Obviously, it's going to have its limitations. It's not going to be perfect. There's no LUT out there that's perfect, but I can tell right now this is the closest thing I can get to an Arri Alexa without actually paying for an Arri Alexa. All right, guys, if you have any questions, let me know, and I will see you guys later.